Welcome back, friends, for our next Impact Give Back, sponsored by Bart. We are shining a light on a nonprofit organization that is working to improve the health outcomes for people of color living with type 1 diabetes. Their name is Kyler Cares, and joining now with more is the CEO and founder, Kyle Banks. What's happening, my brother?
How's it going? Good to be here, man.
Nice to have you here. Congratulations on everything, you all. His story is unbelievable. This organization, very near and dear to your heart. Get this, everyone. He was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes back in 2015 while you were in New York City in The Lion King on Broadway. Tell us a little bit more about your journey and how this nonprofit came to fruition for you.
Well, I'm an actor, singer, been performing in The Lion King for the past few years. While performing, I just began experiencing just crazy symptoms.
And what were those symptoms?
Frequent urination. I mean, I would be on stage like praying I would make it to the bathroom by the end of a scene because the urge to urinate was so bad. I was starving, extremely thirsty. I lost like 30 pounds in 3 weeks, which scared the living daylights out of me and was the thing that sent me to seek medical care just to see what was going on. And that's when I was told that I was experiencing the onset of type 1 diabetes.
Which is so interesting because if people don't know, type 1 diabetes is known as juvenile diabetes, but you were not a juvenile when you developed these symptoms. Did the doctor say what happened that caused you to develop it at a different age?
Well, you know, more and more adults are being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I think for a while, a lot of people were being misdiagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and they actually had type 1 diabetes. I think the prevalence of diagnosis is higher amongst adults now. Is what researchers have figured out. But no one knows why. I mean, it could be, I guess, science just catching up to how the disease actually functions in our bodies, or the environment, or no one really knows. I know with me personally, I was taking prednisone because of vocal issues I was having, and that's one thing you can't really, that's not really the best when you're singing every night. So I was on a really high dose of prednisone for about 3 months, and my physicians think that that's what sort of raised my glucose and exposed me to something that was maybe lying dormant in my system.
And what I appreciate about Kyler Cares is that you're really educating people on the onset of type 1 diabetes, the differences between type 1 and type 2 diabetes. You all do so many different things. I'm sure a lot of people are asking me through the screen right now. Malik, his name is Kyle, but the name of the organization is Kyler Cares. That's actually a nickname, Kyler, that you go by on Broadway. Kyle R. Banks is his name, but he just moves the R. It's a Kyle, so now it's Kyler, which I think is so cute. Let's talk about some of the different things that you all do. I know you all have a community calendar where you all host all these different events, but you're also giving people the access to the technology to learn more about the condition. Talk to me about those grants.
Yeah, we have a diabetes technology grant, which we give out to people experiencing financial barriers to accessing these devices. Continuous glucose monitors, which keep track of people's glucose throughout the day. These are sensors that are able, many of them are able to like check your glucose every 5 minutes. So you always know like what your glucose, where your glucose is, and you can sort of make management decisions based off of that information, and also insulin pumps, which help deliver insulin.
It's so important. And like I mentioned, you all host all these different events. I want to show people some video of a cookout that you all did recently. You bring together all these different organizations as well to also spread the message of what type 1 diabetes is. It's so important. The grant helps out adults, which is great, but you're also helping out the kids as well. You have this animated series with a bear. Talk to me about this animated series.
Yeah, well, you know, our logo is this really cool bear. So we animated the bear, and it's called Kyler Bear T1, Kyler Bear and Friends T1D Diaries, and it's all about helping kids, there's a lot of stigma around diabetes, and it causes kids to be in situations with their friends where they don't really know how to explain what's going on with them. They don't want to feel different. They're at these like pizza parties and birthday parties and eating cake and not taking insulin or checking their glucose because they just don't want to feel different than the other kids. So we're using the animation as a way to explain to kids and to give kids living with the disease the language needed to just share with their friends what they're experiencing.
I absolutely think it's genius. You all are seeing some of the animation on your screen right there, and I love that you're focusing on people of color. There are these Kyler trials that he is trying to get off the ground because he has realized that there needs to be more diversity in these clinical trials to help with type 1 diabetes. So you're working to do that as well. They have a lot going on. So if you suffer from type 1 diabetes and you need community, Kyler Cares is an opportunity.
We are here.
Yes, you are. Thank you so much. St. Aug grad, by the way, if you all want to know. He is from here. Look, if you want more information about the work that they're doing over at Kyler Cares, log on to kylercares.org. Thank you, Kyle, for being here.
Thank you, Malik. This was so great.
Yes, and look, coming up next, everybody, the wait is over. We're heading into the Chip 4-Style soundstage to enjoy some music from the talented Leo Nocentelli. Look at him and his band. Stay right there. We'll be right back.